Something new in the last few days. I thought I'd share with you. Starbucks makes this coffee. Makes your cup of coffee taste like a macchiato. Freaking fantastic stuff. On a Saturday morning. Good morning to all of you. Lower your music because you can't hear you know what? Let's just let's just go live here and pull this up, and we won't have to worry about these kind of things. All right. As much as I'm gonna miss the folderol. So yeah, this coffee creamer is pretty freaking intensely great. Let's get a little bit of game music here, and there we go. How does that sound? Does that sound okay? I think it does. The other bonus is this week I have a keyboard with a working F1 key. Imagine that. Imagine playing the game. That'll be great. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Hey, Caddy. There you are. Looking pretty stylish with your short bow renegade. You want to do some dailies? Do you want to do some dailies? Let's do some dailies. You better go get your other character, your other Revenant. Derper arriving. Good morning. Good morning, Gail. Good morning, Gail. We are getting ready to do us some dailies here. Because, yeah, easy 2 gold. You know, if we don't get it easy enough, we can always just start a forum thread. My dailies are too hard. That gold is just unachievable. I'm a casual player. All right, let's get this underway. What do we have here? Daily Crystal Oasis. Those people in World vs. World. Yes. Daily Crystal Oasis Bounty Hunter. Daily Ore Forager. Daily World vs. World Big Spender. Oh no. Pro tip for those of you guys who are doing your dailies: you can get your big spender by just pulling up your World vs. World portable provisioner. The dailies are never too hard. The suck is just bigger within me on some days than others. No doubt. No doubt. So, yeah, a little pro tip for those of you guys. You can pick up this provisioner in World vs. World, which will let you buy food and a bunch of other crap for World vs. World currencies for badges of honor. And in this case, I will probably just go ahead and find some super veggie pizzas. Second best in slot food, buy some of those. Yay! Big spender, complete, without even having to go into World vs. World. Because I hate competitive. We'll click on that. Okay, so that much is done. You want to go to my home instance, Caddy? Let's go to my home instance and get some free crap. Because we like free crap. Free crap, best crap. So don't really have anything too much planned today. I do want to, hit some stuff for a little bit. I feel like playing Tempest. The reason I'm actually on my, I wanted to say Mirage, on my Virtuoso here is just because this is where my gathering tools are. One day they'll give us the option to just move gathering tools around like legendary weapons. That would be cool. So yeah, we'll get that done and then we'll move on. Craptastic. Absolute crapola. I'm actually going to turn the sound down a little bit here just because it is in my ears. JJ, good morning. JJ, Ice Joe, T Joe. Let me just pop a better chat window so I can read this. JJ, Ice Joe, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the TV show about nothing, or the gaming stream about nothing. Anyways, as I was saying earlier, if you know me, you know me and coffee are best friends. And yeah, this like Starbucks macchiato creamer is rocking my world right now. You know what? At one point, I got to make this. I got to make this a little more. What's the word? Efficient, and probably use a Guardian to do this. Just spam some quickness, or I guess Scrapper would be good for doing this too. Good morning, good afternoon from Belgium. Holy crap, Belgium. You know, it's funny. I was talking to some of my family about, you know, my little YouTube thing on the side, and trying to explain to them where most of my traffic comes from. And there's only so much I can believe when it comes to the statistics they give me. One of the statistics they give me is where people come from. And apparently I've got a lot of fans in Germany. Germany is probably the third biggest country for people who visit my channel. I don't pay a ton of attention to those kind of analytics or anything because, well, ain't no one got time for that. But Germany, yeah, number three country behind the United States and Canada. And the other interesting factoid about people who visit my channel is, according to YouTube, 99.8% of my viewers are male. Apparently, there aren't very many viewers of my channel that are female, and I challenge this. Because I think it's a lot higher than that, and I don't know how YouTube kind of develops this. Germans are straight shooters. You are a straight shooter. There we go. Yeah, they also make good cars, which I do not. Germany, yeah. So yeah, Germany's big. Like I say, I try not to get too much into that side of things. I suppose if I were going to worry about analytics and stuff like that, you'd probably find me out there making gold making guides or something like that. Cars I cannot afford. Well, that is the other thing about German automobiles, is as nicely made as they are, the moment they break, they are no longer nice cars. And I had a Saab once, which obviously isn't German. I believe it's Swedish. And oh my God, I have this Saab because I like to tell people I own a Saab. I don't know, because at one point I think I put about $7,000 over into this 20-year-old car over a year just in repairs. It was ugly. But what percentage of those males solely play females in game? I don't play solely females in game, but I do play a lot of them. And I'll be honest with you guys, the reason I tend to play female characters more than male characters is they actually get, and this is in all MMOs. This isn't just in Guild Wars. I mean, I do play have played a fair number of other MMOs, but they do get better cosmetic options. They just do. I can't explain why that is. And the reason I play the female Asura in Guild Wars is because, one, they are really, really well animated. Whoever animated the Asura And just some of their basic animations. Obviously, really enjoyed their job. And I like the Asura female voice actress. She's really, really good. And I do like to Barbie it up. There is that. Well, I'm a male and I don't play female characters, but they are beautiful. Absolutely. There are a lot of really great options. Agreed. I tried to make a male human Mesmer once and it was too much for me. Male light is, I think, probably one of, like, the human male light, I think, is probably one of the harder ones to do. Oh, geez. Do I try and do this bounty on this build? Well, Caddy, what do you think? Do we try and do this bounty on these builds? Yeah? Okay. You're in. I know you're in. Let's go find it. All right. Well, you know what? Worst case scenario is we fail miserably and come back on better builds. Agreed. Trying to make, yeah. So, like I was saying, male light, human male light in this game, I found really hard. The only thing I found harder than that was female medium char. Female medium char is like Guild Wars 2 challenge mode for. No, I'm going the wrong way. For fashion. My old guild leader used to say that he played human females because if he was going to stare at a butt for hours, yeah. I had a friend who was like that in City of Heroes. Him and I used to spend like hours playing City of Heroes, and he never played male characters for that exact reason. Hey, Maggie in a hat. Good morning. I was going to say the animations did it for me. The female Asura animations on my Ranger make all the moves look 10 times cooler. Agree. I don't know what it is. They are just really, I do know what it is. I've done a little bit of animation in the past as just a, whatchamacallit, as a bit of a hobby. And wow. It's got to do with overselling animations. If you learn anything about animations, all right. Let's see how we do here because this is going to require a little bit of concentration. I'm on a bit of a build with 0 sustain, to be honest. So we'll see how we do here. Don't have ARC up because running ARC and streaming at the same time is not great. I can't run ARC under DX11. It crashes immediately. I have tried everything I know to fix that problem. Looks like we're going to get this. All right. I blame Caddy for the hard carry. She hard carried me last week. She'll hard carry me this week. Let's break that break bar. Let's go save this dude. You are helped. All right. I think we're okay. When you play a female character, you are more easily helped too. I've heard that in a lot of MMOs, like particularly ones that require a lot more group help than Guild Wars 2 does, that it becomes exponentially easier to get that help if you are indeed a woman or playing female characters. I've heard that was the case. I had a friend of mine on Star Wars The Old Republic when I used to play that, and she said, oh yeah, like it was night and day. If she was on a male character, nobody would talk to her. But when people found out she was actually a girl, she got all the help in the world. All right, get up. No time for eternal rest. Yeah, you do. All right. Let's get this. Oh, this is starting to look bad here, Caddy. My health is starting to dip. We got to kill it quick. All right, I'll catch up with chat in a moment here. Got some dudes helping out. I would usually prefer something that brings back a little more health. I'll tell you what, this Virtuoso build, it doesn't sustain health as well as a lot of other options. All right, a pointer on girls getting more help. Viva la Dirt League videos. I've never heard of that. So there we go. Two gold. and I think we're good for that. I think our next step here is probably to go grab our dailies for the festival. Wow, these are, I'm not sure. I'm really feeling this anymore. I've got the boots from Dragon Bash, and I think I'm kind of done with it this year. Did actually a little bit of farming of those open world stampede events, which I cannot stand. Those have got to be the worst. Anzac, who made gaming spoof videos, you can see every MMO player in them at least once. Nice. I'll have to check that out. All right. Yeah, let's go and do a round of dragon bashing, and then we will find something more interesting to do. But this should get the dailies here done, and I think get me a few of those grinders or whatever the festival currency is. And that'll be a bonus. But yeah, I got the boots, which aren't bad. I don't know if you guys are following the festival this year, but they've been adding those cosmetic options with every year here. Well, it's just us, Caddy. I don't know. We better hope some randos show up. There we go. We got randos. We'll be okay. Yeah. And I got to get off this Mesmer build, which I generally use just for instanced content. I use this one. This is pretty much the Snow Crows build for Virtuoso, which does a buttload of damage, has a little bit of sustain. And oddly enough, you know, there's two versions of it. You build one version in Rampagers, and then there's the expensive version, which mixes in some Vipers and some food and some Ritz and costs you about 5 gold an hour just to run it. But yeah, it's a very, very powerful, very, very powerful. Hey, Robin, good morning. Good morning, Robin. And the holographic armor goes really well. Yeah, you know, a couple of those holographic armor pieces die really well with the Jade Tech pieces. They're really good. I'm using a couple of them on my Mechanist currently, which I've been actually playing since, I guess it was last week, where we were talking about Mechanist, or the week before. And I've got a Power Mechanist build video coming up on the channel, where I've built the Power Mech out for, I believe it's 15.5 gold, and Perma's Alacrity. It's pretty cool, and really, yeah, it's really cheap. So I'm going to be putting that up this week. That'll be cool. The hollow armor on my Serum Mech. Yeah, that's where I'm using it. Those shoulders, I think they were from 2 years ago or last year. Those shoulders are a fantastic piece. I will absolutely give it that. And if you are paying attention to my rotations, it is completely scuffed, and I have no problem with that. So, you know what I think we will do after this is I actually went out this week and earned a bunch of hero points on my support Tempest, which I am going to try and cook up a support catalyst build with the hammer, like a heal support with the quickness and all that shite. And I think maybe we'll run some easy 3 strikes or something like that and just see how that goes. I think that might be something fun to do. I'll tag up and we'll do the easy 3 suspects. If you've never done easy 3, we are typically talking on that about Shiverpeaks Pass, Freynor of Jormag, and the Bears, and pretty chill. Don't have to have ever done strikes or anything like that. You can just come and derp. I think will probably be the plan. Ronnie, don't be sorry for missing the beginning. The highlight of which was just my new stream is about to start screen. I think was about big effort gaming as we got this morning so far. Tagging tech at the moment, so I'll be in and out of chat. Nice, nice. Oh, tech. Man, I haven't done tech for a hot minute. Not a big fan of the world bosses, but tech is better than most. I think tech is a lot better than most. Actually requires a little effort. Unlike fire elemental, when people show up, and the biggest challenge is just making sure you get a hit in. Oh, caught it. Caught the mechanic. Oh, mind, what are you doing? Let's res the peepos. We have a little group that does it every day. Yeah, yeah, and you know what? That is the other thing. There is the Ascended loot on tech, and it's not bad. It's not a bad event, you know, as far as world events go. Like I say, my problem with the world bosses is typically things like the one in Harathi, where it just becomes impossible to get your hits in and stuff like that, or fire elemental. But you know, it's funny because I hack on that stuff for the lack of challenge, but there's no other game that offers that experience of having, you know, 50 to 100 people working at the same thing. And there's no other game that offers that kind of spectacle in MMOs. And I would think actually in any other game, any other genre, actually getting that many people together to work on those goals. And I think that honestly is what Guild Wars does so very, very well. So as much as I want to criticize, you know, the low effort nature of some of the world bosses, the social aspect of it is actually really incredible. And I remember there was this guy doing videos a while back on YouTube, Critic Natic. And oddly enough, he was another Canadian, so I'm bringing him up, but he kind of gave up the game pretty quick after finishing the core story. But he was actually going over the world bosses, and his enthusiasm for those kind of events was really infectious, really infectious. First time I did the 2-hour Dragonfall meta was something special. I like Dragonfall to this day. Dragonfall, I really like Dragon's End. Dragon's End to me is as good as the open world in this game gets. Maybe not as rewarding as you might hope, but wow, that Dragon's End, that spectacle on Dragon's End. But I also really like Dragonfall. I farmed that pretty hard. I think Caddy and I were doing Dragonfall like every day, every 2 days for a couple of months. And then there was there was Drizzlewood, which I was one of those cases where I farmed it so hard that I farmed it so hard for that otter that I lost all appreciation for the event, because that otter infusion, I decided I had to have it, and if you've got it, you know that the grind is real. And really, I just can't go back to Drizzlewood, regardless how good the treasure is. And you know what? No offense, because that was a lot of repeatable content out of that I got. So I think that was probably time well spent for the developers on that one. And I know a lot of other people who really did. I'll catch up with chat in a moment here. I'm just trying to kill this dude. Oh boy, there we go. Low effort Andy getting punished. Go J-Bot power. That J-Bot, that res on that J-Bot is real. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, if you've got the J-Bot and the resing on that, that's a really crazy powerful res. Catching up here. I really enjoyed Natic's stuff, and then he just disappeared, seemingly removed everything. Well, Rin, and welcome to the stream, by the way, Rin. There was a couple of reasons for Natic's disappearance, as far as I know. And some of this is conjecture, and some of this is... 2 seconds, I gotta cut my mic and give a quick cough here. So, for those of you guys who don't know, Natick was this French Canadian guy who picked up the game and was doing a playthrough and everything. And then, like Rin said, just one day kind of disappeared. And he was funny. He was, he wasn't funny enough to sustain my interest outside of his Guild Wars 2 content, but he did a lot of other things, some Zelda stuff and everything, but had a really nice kind of fun energy and really just walked through the core game, and was one of those times when I realized why I fell in love with this game in the first place, watching this guy's content. It was the same when Grimdark Half-Off was doing the early Guild Wars stuff. It just reminded me why I enjoyed it. Anyways, he got to the last episode, and when I say last episode, he got to the last episode of the personal story and hated it because it is a press F to win encounter. And as much as he hacked on it, it was kind of obvious that he'd done the encounter before and was kind of hamming it up for the content. But during the last few episodes, he's made all these comments. He'd started a guild. He was talking about getting in and doing things with people and getting into the end game. And a lot of people got invested in his guild, got involved in it, got involved in the personality, as well as like helping him run the guild and a Discord and everything. And then when he got to that final episode, he was like, well, this is so bad, I don't want to play this game anymore. And I guess a lot of people felt that he had set some expectations about, the rest of his journey and getting people involved and everything. So he faced a lot of blowback from that. I think on his Discord, I heard a lot of people got really kind of upset with him about, feeling expectations have been set, etc. So I think it was just a few weeks after that. He not only did he stop making all content, he just completely pulled his channel from YouTube. It was kind of sad. Because, I don't disagree with the people that felt he had kind of oversold what he was going to do. But at the same time, some of that is... There's some strange fanboy behavior on YouTube for MMOs in general. It's not just Guild Wars. It's all that. Catching up here, I have the Otter Infusion on my Mac. I love the Otter Infusion. The Otter Infusion is the only infusion in this game. I have some stat infusions. I buy the World versus World stat infusions when I feel like going really try hard on stats. But the Otter is the only cosmetic one that I have. Adam, good old branded hunters, yeah. Go back once a month and get the war supplies. I get the war supplies. Where do I get the war supplies? From the home instance node. Yeah, I just grab them from the home instance node. I don't grab them from anything else, to be honest. I just ate that, trying to greed for DPS. Whose content? Peter. I was talking about a guy that used to be around about a year and a half, 2 years ago, named Critic Natick. Oh, I'm eating it this time. I'm not paying attention. Better do some damage, get some health back. There we go. Oh, wow. I remember. He was so much fun to watch. Yeah, he was really fun to watch. It was funny. I spent the first few episodes of his wondering where his accent was from because he had a distinct accent. And I couldn't figure it out, oddly enough. And then, what was it? One day, One day he swore in French. He and not in Parisian French, but French Canadian French. French Canadian French has some very special swear words. Let's just put it that way. French Canadian French swear words are typically whatchamacallit, how do you put it? Religious. So while you get a lot of English swears, which are either sexual or about defecation or whatever. Most French Canadian swear words are religious based. So he was playing around on this stuff, and he goes, "Oh, Tabarnak," and I was like, "Oh my god, this is, now I know where he's from." He was absolutely great. Cloudcaster, good morning, Cloudcaster. Welcome to the stream. Love the otter. Viewers sometimes take a crazy sense of ownership over the creators they follow. Wow, Gail, that is a really good point. Actually, one that I think, a few creators have felt at this point. I haven't felt it. I get some gimmies in the comments, and the usual nerds talking about how I've overcapped X, Y, or Z, or how I've made incorrect choice X, Y, or Z, and I'm cool with that. I mean, that's just fine. I frankly expected a lot more of that, but I think that the people that do story content have it a lot more. I think that the people who do newbie playthroughs get that a lot more. I saw it a lot on comments I saw it a lot on Grimdark's comments. I saw it a lot on Kyle Blaine's early comments. I saw it a lot on Wintertooth 100. If any of you guys ever followed Kyle Blaine or Wintertooth, Kyle's still, slogging away at the game. He's already into season 1, and he's done everything. But I think Wintertooth gave up, but those guys were both Minecraft streamers that came over about a year ago, or about eight months ago, and started doing that. And you saw that weird little sense of ownership that came with people trying to evangelize the game to YouTube content creators. The other place I see that is with Vanilla Bean on his streams. Yeah, I see that with Vanilla Bean on his streams. I have like 3 things in my home instance. What are you running on Virtuoso? No, this Virtuoso build is pretty close to the Snow Crows build. I'll pull it up right now. This is Illusions Dueling Virtuoso. Basically, it's all about stacking blades and hitting F2 as much as possible. But you do get the passive life leech off Jagged Mind, which will return us a percentage of your condition damage. So it just looks like you're getting back. Yeah, Tabarnak, yeah, for sure. I'm just running this. It's pretty high DPS. If you play it right, you can do well over 30 without really trying. I'm on strikes clearing probably about 20 and some change every once in a while. I would suggest, just to give you an idea of the gear that I'm running pretty suboptimal gear. I'm just running a bunch of Vipers with everything that I have selectable in Rampagers. You really actually want to run this in mostly Rampagers. And the reason why gets back to this trait here, which is bleeding on crits. So you go all in on the bleeding. You run a bunch of Rampagers gear for the precision. You run a bursting and an earth sigil. It's a bit of a shame. I enjoy watching new players discovering Guild Wars 2. It reminds me why I fell in love with the game, most of which I take for granted. Rin, I'll get to that in 2 seconds. Ronnie, crit rate. If you take a look here, I guess, let me go somewhere where I'm level 80, just to give you an idea of the actual numbers here without flipping around a little bit. And then I'll get back to Rin's comment here. But it really is about crit rate. Rampagers is crit, then power, then and condition damage. So let's take a look at that. So Rampagers is 3 stats, crit major, and then power and condition damage minor, where you go into the Vipers and you lose a lot of precision. So if you take a look here, my critical chance is 47. Built in, but I say 47, but when you are playing Virtuoso, you get the 10% bump from Fury. So if you're parrying Fury, you're actually looking looking at about 77. But you really want this as high as possible. So the Rampager's gear is way better for that. It'll get you way up higher and closer to the crit cap. So I think optimally you run this in mostly, optimally, absolutely optimally, you run a writ. That writ gives you 200 precision or something like that, but it costs like 5 gold every time you want to up the writ, and I think you got to do that like every half hour. So beyond that, you run it mostly in Rampager's gear to get your crit chance. I think you get it around 80 to 90%. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Adam. Absolutely, absolutely. So that's how it works. But running it suboptimally like I am, and really, I just don't have the time to go in and change the stats on a set of Viper's gear that I already had Viper's gear and crate runes for my Mirage setup, so I just changed what I could because I got the legendary weapons. And I run staff because I like running staff. I'll be honest with you guys. I just like running staff on Mesmer. I like the utility of it. So optimally, I believe you don't even run pistol here. You run sword and I think an offhand torch. But yeah, that's how it's done. I would try it. Ronnie, it's on Snowcross. And the rotation, such as it is just stock blades till you get to 5. If this is on cooldown, you'll use Blades on Harmony, so you'll hit this one, hit this off cooldown, and then use Signet of Illusions every once in a while to recharge your shatters, and you'll get well over the first time I tried it, I was number 1 on my strike squad. Mesmer staff is fun. My son makes me switch to staff when he runs with my Mesmer Bounce Fury Mob. I mean, that's smart, right? Absolutely. I love the Fury generation on it. It is a big one. Ring, going back to what you said about watching new players, I absolutely love it too, but there is some really crappy behavior from our community when it comes to these new players and their YouTube content. It's funny that they will, that the people in the comments will sit there and they will absolutely hammer the content creators with tips and how to play and all this stuff, and then these guys will be jumping on their characters, and instead of just being allowed to play and enjoy and experience the game like we were, there's 100 pieces of email giving them 100 things they don't need for their account, sending them gold and sending them all sorts of stuff that really just gets in the way of the experience. And some of them, some of the content creators making the videos, they want to, engage with the audience and, thank you for all that. But ultimately what it does is it takes what little challenge there is out of the core game as they're leveling and kind of leaves this hollow experience for them. And that's why you see so many of these people starting up these new player playthroughs of Guild Wars 2 and not making it to the end game and not progressing into the end game, etc. You see a lot of that in these new player playthroughs, and I think that is a really big shame, because that's this community pushing people away from the game, and content creators, from the game. Gonna have to try that. Fingers getting itchy. Absolutely. I would absolutely try that. All right. Let us do some easy 3 strikes. I am going to get on my Scourge. And I will put the offer out to any of you who would like to join us. We're just going to do the very easy strikes. We will head into Eye of the North. I will tag up, and then you all can all join me. I'll give you the information to do so. And we'll just do that, see how it goes. Might be a good way to kill a few minutes. So I'm just going to pull this up. Squad join Mind Circus 1506 if you'd like to. We'll hang around here for about 5 minutes. Give you guys the chance to join if you'd like. Once I get my squad up, my squad is created. And I'll just leave it here, and in about 5 minutes, I'll hit up the LFG. Wow, I got somebody. Maggie Waggy. Hey, Maggie. There we go. Maggie on Scourge as well, because Scourge is an excellent way to play the game. I have the North being mostly concealed in map fog bugs me. You know, that's not an unfair criticism, but if that bugs you, what about this big square down here? This bugs me. This square bugs me. Like, come on. You had all this stuff come out of the mist, and it all landed in this perfect square. Scourge is great for strikes and raids. I don't run a ton of raiding content. I do play a fair bit of strikes. I will pull it up. I think I'm sitting on an ascended armor gear set worth of these strike currencies, almost. Yeah. I grinded out that cape. Yeah. Caddy and I have done some strikes. We're big on the strikes. Mostly a world versus world. Hey, no problem. You know what? These are easy anyways. And world versus world. Squad join again is squad join Mind Circus 1506. Mindcircus.1506. Hard time keeping up with all three all the time. And Maggie's saying, I'm mostly a world versus world person, so if I tank the floor of it, I'm sorry. You know what? Yeah, don't feel bad. Caddy and I are really big world versus world players. Caddy, probably the biggest world versus world player I know. She goes hardcore 3 times a week with a guild where they have to play special stuff. Caldori Quinn, good morning. Good morning. I will say hello here. Hello. All right. Shades. FYI, friends today and tomorrow in the game. Yeah, it's Pride. I was going to stop by Sage Cersei is. I'm in her guild, Only Fangs, which I joined for the name. She streams over on Twitch, and she's going to be doing she's going to be running a bit of that. So, thought I would drop by on them later for that, because absolutely, yeah, the Pride stuff's a big deal for me. Also, I'm basically running the Snow Cold Condi Scourge build. Good, yeah. Newbie here, fingers crossed I don't die. You know what? If we die, we die. If we wipe, we wipe. You know what? The only bad thing is you'll have to wipe on stream. And that is really the only negative thing. The only other thing here is, you know, I'm running my hard carry Scourge, which does keep people alive. Yeah, just enjoy the game. Absolutely. Anybody else wants to join us here for Easy 3, you can send me a message in game. I will hook you up with a squad invite, and we'll hit some stuff for a little bit. But yeah. Actually, I am going to take 5 minutes at this point. I'm going to go on the BRB for 5 minutes. I will be right back. I'm just going to go outside for a vape real quick. Be right back. All right, I have returned. I have returned. Holy crap! Lord Eisen just posted a video of the Jade Junkyard strike. You know what? Those new strikes don't have timers on them. So if you've got the sustain, if you can keep up, and I don't want to take anything away from Heisen, dude is a absolute god of buildcraft and does a really great job with his builds, etc. He's also a really fantastic player, so let's be clear about that. But those strikes actually don't have timers. Caddy and I were trying to do the one for the turtle, just duoing it for a while. And we did okay with it. We got somebody else here. All right. Gonna give 2 more minutes for anybody who wants to join. Send me a message in game or squad join. Mind Circus 1506 if you'd like to join. Maybe once this meta. Absolutely. We'll find something else to do as well. He's unbelievable. I'd be dead in 20 seconds. You know, you think so until you start trying it. And I'm just going to say that, you know, you think so until you start trying it. We all get these things in our head that we can't do them or that, you know, it's beyond us. But a good build, like, you know, a good sustaining build and just a little bit of time and patience hitting your dodges. Yeah, you soloed the boss on that DRM yesterday. So those, you know, it's all doable. I'm a big fan that you should try it, even if it isn't the most lucrative thing in the world. Yeah, Ronnie, how long is the video that he takes to do it? The DRM is a dragon response mission. Get the mechanics right, maybe. Yeah, and it just takes practice to get the mechanics. You know, I would absolutely start by slowly doing the desert bounties. The desert bounties are really a good place to start with that. So there we go. Well, I'll have to check it out after the stream, or maybe we'll do. You know, I'll get a cam and I'll do reaction content. Mind Over Meta reacts to Lord Heisen soloing raid bosses or whatever. Onita, I honestly feel like the base game story I've spent. No, you know, the story is the story in this game. I am sometimes a fan. I am sometimes not a fan. I am generally a fan of its delivery. The End of Dragon's delivery of the story is absolutely top notch. Wow. And while the story itself isn't as hugely awesome as I might have hoped, the way that it's presented is absolutely fantastic. Okay, let us get underway with a little bit of actual action here. For those of you who aren't able to join us, probably figure out something else to do in a little bit. But for the moment here, I'm going to LFG us up for the remaining 3 slots. So let us go to strike missions, and we will say easy 3, everyone welcome. No, really. I mean everyone. Bring your marshals, Deadeye, if you want. I can't be bothered to tell you what to play. Advertise your group. Oh, incorrect squad size. Oh, all that time spent writing that excellent LFG, and there we go. I'll have to try that. Hey, complete noob is good. I like noobs. Let's try this again. Advertise your group. Easy 3. Go time. All welcome. No, really. Bring your clerics. Ranger. I don't care. Advertise your group. And let's get in here and see how this goes. This could be a complete shit show, and I don't care. Let's see. We will start with the Shiverpeaks pass. Let's get in. Smile here on camera. Yeah, I should have put that on there. Oh my. Well, we'll see if anybody else joins. Oh wow. Yeah, we're already full. So that's the thing about putting up LFGs like that, is they tend to fill instantly. Is this on NA or EU? I'm on NA. I should have made that clear. My bad, Jamal. My bad. Yeah, I'm absolutely on NA. I don't have an EU account, and in fact, I only have one account. I know that this makes me a second-class citizen when it comes to the power gamers, but I just can't manage more than one login. I just can't. I don't need this for the time being. All right, let us do it. I can't believe that filled like instantly. That was funny. Okay. If you've never done this strike is pretty much the easiest one. This was the first one. Turned out to be so easy. I got really disappointed with the strike system. I was so stoked for strikes when they announced them. It was absolutely my biggest hope for Icebrood Saga, and then they put this one out, and I was like, oh, are they all going to be this easy? Oh my god. And they weren't. You know, they've done a really good job with strikes. I'm a really big fan. So, and they're accessible. I think they're pretty accessible content. You know, there's a mystique involved that you need X, Y, or Z to be successful. And in some of them, you got to play better. You know, some of them are a much bigger challenge than others. But these first 3 are a pretty easy one. I'll run this down for those of you who are just joining this one. This one's got a little jumping puzzle before you get to the boss, but once one person has cleared the jumping puzzle, everybody else can port to the boss. And the boss is really a, you know, stack on tag thing, and it's actually meant to teach stack on tag. You'll see it here in a moment. So we get here, and the brazier is lit, and as you can see now, people can actually. If you've never done this before and you are listening, there's now a shrine on the screen which you can take to pass the jumping puzzle. So what you'll want to do at this point is just click that shrine where all we are, and just get through the JP automatically. And I will let the hit the shrine where we are to skip JP, please. There we go. One more. I've only done the Kinding Strike for the turtle. I was so focused on not letting my group down my group that I didn't realize how fun it was. Oh yeah, I've done that more than once. Caldori, if you can actually hear me at this point, I will ask you to hit the shrine on the map where we are all standing, and join us over on this part. It's where we are standing. There you go. You got it. There we go. All right. I will food up. I think I have some healing food here. What do we got? Magic Find? Okay, I'll use some Magic Find food. What the hell? And yeah. Okay, that's totally useless to the group, but so be it. And I will throw up a ready check. There's our ready check. And we will, there we go. So let's do it. And again, the focus of this encounter is actually just stack on tag. I throw up a little bit of stability down here to mitigate some of those knockdowns. And then really it's just about stacking on tag and hitting the boss. As you see, this is going down pretty quick. This one's pretty accessible. And then he'll send us all spinning here for a moment. If you're not stacked on this one, though, it's really punishing. You see all those snowballs around? Those snowballs will nail anybody who isn't properly stacked. And really, that's the essence of the encounter, really. I think we're doing just fine here. There's a little bit of don't blow your cooldowns as well, because there's a couple of invulnerable phases. But yeah, you know, we got a whole bunch of noobs here, and we'll probably get gold. Pretty easy stuff. But you know, it's like anything. I was so surprised when I put that. I guess it was about 2 months ago. I put that poll up on the channel, and so many people had never touched this content. It was really kind of crazy to me that, you know, people felt like they were worried about letting other people down, etc. And I get that. I get that completely. But as you can see, pretty easy stuff. Whole bunch of loot. I will get the next one going. Let's take a look at that. We'll catch up here. Woo, woo, yeah, kill everything. I've only done that yet. Okay. I am caught up on chat. Go me. Yeah. So that is the first of 3 that we will do here this morning. And then we will do Freynor of Jormag. This one is a little bit different. What it's trying to teach, again, is to stay stacked, but this one is a little bit more about not blowing your cooldown during invulnerable phases. So it's kind of the lesson that's supposed to be taught here at this point. The other thing you've got here is these little pylons that show up. These little pylons here, what you do is you just smack on them and get this buff that comes off. You actually have to train up this mastery in Icebrood Saga. The buff's not huge. If you don't have it, then you don't have it. But again, you know, you're really just looking at stack and don't blow your cooldowns. The other thing that this boss does is he jumps out of the middle. You don't want to chase him out of the middle when he jumps. But otherwise, this is a really kind of fun cinematic encounter. I quite enjoy this one. We good to go? Just one person over there finishing this. All right, here we go. So let us just go running into the middle. There's some freezing and stuff. There we go. So I am frozen. A whole bunch of us are frozen. We just got to pound our way out. Then I'll drop some heals down. We'll have it. There we have it. Should be okay from here. He'll do a phase in a little bit. You know, spoilers if you've never done the content. But everybody's playing really well. We're all stacked. I don't have arc up or anything because I just can't be bothered. I've said it before, but Arc crashes me under DX11, and I do prefer DX11 when I am streaming. Hey, we're getting Alacrity. Check it out. And Quickness. Wow. We're getting boons and on a random group. You'll see a lot of people say you need to have Alacrity and Quickness for this content. On these first 3 strikes, they're as accessible as you want them to be. You know, if you don't have those boons, you're not gonna die. You can just get this done anyways. But very helpful as well. Just make sure that he's not invulnerable when I drop the big Condi bomb. Put a little bit more stab down. Get ready to heal. Probably just drops the shade. I think I'm running. There's probably something wrong with my build here at this point. I'll have to take a look at it afterwards. There we go. But yeah, we've got a pretty good support. The next strike's a little bit more difficult. I'll show you that here in a moment. But once we've got this done, this will phase back to the original boss. But it looks like we're going to hit gold here. Looks like we're going to hit gold. Alright. Oh, so frozen, many wow. Alright, throw down a little bit of a heal. Oh, we got a heal brand here too, which is cool. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can't get this down. I think this is the first one I did. Yeah, this one's pretty easy. And there it is. Full damage. Or full rewards. We got it. This is a really good way to also farm Eternal Ice. If you're looking to make a little money, Eternal Ice is obviously one of your biggest pickups in terms of currencies. So there we go. Let's take a look at something here. I'm curious. Hey, I just want to thank those of you who have joined me here this morning or joined us here this morning. I just think that's fantastic. Makes me very happy to be running these streams. Let us do the final one that we will do here this morning. We will run Voice and Claw of the Fallen. And for this one, if you are on Necromancer, you absolutely want to pull Epidemic on your bar. Epidemic is like free win. So what happens on this one, it's a little different. There are 2 bosses. And both bosses really need to be brought down near the same time as possible. Now, the reason for that is because when one boss goes down, the other one hard enrages. And when we say hard enrage, it means there's a lot of one-shot mechanics start happening when it enrages. So you absolutely want to make sure that you're taking these both down at the same time. Andrew, thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying. Absolutely. So we'll go over this way. I like to start this one over on this edge a little bit. Once this little thing is cleared, there we go. So we got 2 bears, both corrupted by some evil spirit. We got our mechs here. Okay, let's go in. We'll just drop this and start doing a bunch of Condi damage. I'll put this down and then I'll hit Epidemic. And we'll see how we do here. This one can rip a team apart. No doubt. This one can absolutely rip a team apart. But looks like we're doing very well here. So let us hope that this continues. So then they will split here in a couple of seconds. I may have done this before. We want to jump over onto this guy over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a good eye on the health here. When this drops a little bit further, I'm going to switch targets for the team. In fact, I think I'm going to do that now. So we're going to start hitting the other boss here so that we don't kill the one that we have been... Wow. Wow, these are going down super quick. Okay. We got some ballers. Let's see how we do. Might want to even slow down a little bit here, but so I'm gonna wait until we get this dude back over here and hit Epidemic. But this is going to get sketchy here in a moment because this is going to go down. Okay, go to the middle. We got one guy left. And now it's up to me to just keep everybody alive in the middle of those AoEs. There we go. Problem solved. That went really well. Good job, savages. All right. So there we have it. Those of you guys who want to hang out, we could probably do here 2 seconds. If you want to do Cold War, stick around. And we'll do Cold War. Cold War is one of the other strikes. It's a little bit different. Super work team, absolutely. That was actually really smooth. So we'll do Cold War here. Cold War is a little different. So if you want to leave, go ahead. If you want to come hang out, I will give a couple of minutes for you to join. Mind Circus 1506. Let's close this for the moment. And I'll wait about 2 minutes if anybody else wants to join us up here. And then I'll re-LFG us for the rest. And I will just explain this. Relist in 2 minutes. And let's take a look. Kearney Senpai. You know, I wasn't watching ARC, but that was, yeah, Prom, thank you for joining. That I don't think anybody was, probably Caddy was carrying the damage there. I'm sure her damage was pretty high. But yeah, we'll do Cold War. Cold War is a little different in that you get these waves of enemies, and then after the waves of enemies, you were 4th or 5th on that tune in damage. Caddy. Wow. That's sad. That's super sad. Why weren't you playing Virtuoso? I don't know, Caddy. I don't know if we can play together. All right. Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. Yeah. So we'll LFG here in a moment. Okay. Group average was over 11K, so that's pretty good. Yeah, you know, 11K is decent. I'm finding that those numbers are up much higher than they were a few months ago. All right, let us then relist for Cold War Daily. Advertise your group. Cold War Daily. Go time, all welcome. No, really, bring your clerics, ranger, I don't care. There we go. So let us go into Cold War, and then we'll wait for some people to join. Just another thank you to those of you out there who are joining us this morning for our Saturday morning cartoonage. Having a good time with these strikes, etc. Oh yeah, you janky builds. Okay, I will change the LFG just to make Caddy happy. Looking for edit your group description. Cold War Daily, go time, all welcome. All right. Janky builds required free beer. All right. You know what, Keldon, if this is the first time, like I say, this one is not a super hard one. May take us a couple of minutes to get people to join. It's not the most popular of them. Oh, we got a waypoint here. Let's grab our electromagnetic pulse. Really what it is there are a bunch of waves of enemies. Once the waves are done, you get the boss. The boss fight is a little bit more punishing than some of the other ones, but it's still very, very doable as long as we get the people. Really, it's just your standard, avoid the telegraphs kind of thing. The hard part comes just with managing downstate and stuff like that, and that's kind of why I'm on Scourge. So let's just hope we get a few more people. If we don't, we will move ahead with our die. All right. For those of you wondering, this is my Plague Doctor Scourge build. Running pack runes. Not gonna lie, I stole the idea of running pack runes from Lady Kitty. So we are in complete Plague Doctor's gear here. Running staff, and we are running Scepter Torch. I guess I could replace that torch at this point. I don't even have... Look at this. Wow. Do I have anything I can put in these? There we go. Might as well put this... I don't even have sigils in my weapons. Oh my god. And I did it on stream. I'm so bad at this game. Holy crap. Alright. For this one, I'm going to want Epidemic. The other thing here, if you're playing Necro on this one, you want the pole. So I will grab Spectral Grasp. Hi, Shout Heal Warrior. Fantastic. Fantastic. That's fine. We die and you do it on stream and there is a record, but no one is watching, so it's cool. There we go. Thanks. I can go Alack or DPS. Play what you want. It's all good. All right, one more and we are good to go. Let us, while we are waiting, okay, well, we got our full group here. Let's hit one of these. This one. All right. So we'll just get our buffs here off this one. Like I say, this one is kind of a strange strike. It's not like the other ones. I like it, but I know it's not the most popular of them all. All right, Feed Me Burgers. You may have the best name ever. You are, however, in Biora Marches. There we go. All right, so as long as you bring the burgers, damn straight. Damn straight. All right. Just wait for burgers to get here and we are good to go. The other thing to know about this one is once we start moving ahead, you want to just everybody make sure that you're pushing ahead on the dome that comes up over it. If the dome, if you don't get through the dome, you just got to keep pushing ahead on the dome. That's all. Come on, burgers. Come on. Come on. All right. I think he's probably looking for the strike entrance. There we go. He's found it. There we go. You are not my real dad. There. Onwards. Okay. Looking like Driz. It is. We are doing Cold War Strike at this point, Robin. Because it'll probably be a complete shit show, and I think that's good content for my channel. Is the best way to put it. But yeah, Cold War. I actually like this one. I know not everybody does. So just push ahead. Oh, there's a member of Air here. Caddy. Is that the Air? No, Lair. Never mind. For great justice, shake it off on my mark. That's great. You bring those boons. You bring those boons. All right. So you've got heals covered. Fantastic. Oops, that was the wrong one. We'll bring these guys in. We'll hit a little bit of this. We'll do our help. So what's going to happen in each of these waves is a champion's going to come out. We'll grab that champion as quickly as possible. The more champions you can down during this phase, the better your rewards are. But that is that's about as big as it gets. But like I say, the challenge comes during the boss encounter, and it'll be there. We'll see how it goes. It may get ugly. We may get a whole bunch of rage quitters. That will be fun. But let's get some boons on people, get some heals down on people. Do a little bit of epidemic. There we go. There's our boss. So I will click on it. And we will just do this. So these champions just need to be taken out as quickly as possible. Ah, there we go. That's nice. That's a nice. Ah, quite like this one. I guess Epidemic and the pull are not doing me anything here. I guess I could have saved that pull, eh? Well, good job. I'll just break that bar. So once the champion dies, there'll be another wave spawn. If it dies. It'll die. I know it'll die. I believe. Put a little heal down, do a little dodge. Alright, that's the first one. Okay. I do like the visual on this strike. It really is decent. Alright, so gather all together. Let's get a little bit of healing goodness happening. I'll do a pull and get like one dude. That probably should have waited on that, but whatever. So I don't know, as you guys see, it's not the hardest of content. I say this now, and I've probably just cursed us, and we're probably all just gonna wipe here soon. But you know, so be it. There we go. Oh, we got a catalyst in the group. That makes me happy. So, there we go. Put this down. Just keeping everybody safe, and I think we're good to go. DPS may not be huge, but we'll get through. We'll get through. I love it. Cheap shot. Alright, so there's our next champion. If we can get 3 of these, we're doing really good, you know. Obviously, we're not power gaming this. We're pugging it. I'm going to put down some heals for people. Oh, we've lost one. Just got to keep people up. The pressure starts amping up a little bit. But yeah, if you haven't done this strike, I highly recommend it. You know, if you're worried about joining this kind of content and letting other people down, the solution I will always tell you is to play it with your friends, play it with people you know, and if you're playing it 100% solo, find a nice group of like-minded guildies and do it that way. Hey, we're getting good alacrity here, so I can't complain about that. Oh, I just blew 2 cooldowns. Good job, mine. So we'll get our next wave here, and we'll see how that goes. So Leyline is done. Did I miss all the strikes? You are currently, Robin, missing the final strike. We are running Cold War here, which I haven't done in a hot minute. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I probably haven't done this strike in like a year. It's crazy. But we are in here doing the big deeps, dank memes, Scourge Gaming, support. Oh, there we go. Do we got a champion over there? Is that a champion? Nope. Let's pull some dudes. Do a little bit of pain here. How much time do we got left before we go here? Artillery calibration. I think we're almost ready to do the boss part here. So what did we get through? Well, we got through 3. That was cool. Oh, possibly another. That John Cena elbow drop. I love that. Always my favorite boss move in the game. Some heals down on y'all. See if we can take this last giant out. Wow, I just ate that, didn't I? I'm just eating those hits. That's awful. Let's recenter our keys, shall we? Oh, we might get this one. This would be great. I'm just kind of spamming skulls at this point. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I think I can pull this dude in here. No, he won't pull. Alright, we almost got it. We'll get 4. That'll be great. That'll be well above average. I should probably start paying attention. There we go. Well, you know what? 4 bonus chests is pretty good on a pug with people who've never done this before, guys. So if you are part of this squad, you know, be proud. Be very, very proud. That was pretty good. Let's fire our temporary power down here, do a bunch of damage. Blow our cooldown here. See how we do. I think we're sustaining really well anyways. This has been pretty successful. 22 seconds and we will get our boss encounter. I think people don't like this one because it takes a long time. Oh, we've lost a man. Man down, man down. Let's get some barrier up here on the... Oops. Alright, stuck on me. And let's do this. I'm going to hit this. And there we go. Okay, so we made it through. Yeah, very nice. Chest claim 6. Wow, we did really good. Let's see if we can keep that up. 1 by 1, she'll raise our rents. Oop. Alright, watch out, guys. Gotta watch those. Alright. If I go quiet here, I'm just trying to sustain. This is not good. I'm not keeping us very well alive here. We gotta just do this. No. Oh, wow. We wiped. Holy smokes. That was awful. Ouch. Oh, dude. What happened there? I'll bring a real belt now if you want. Oh, my. That was, yeah. Well, we got 2 people who think they're going to 2-man it. Let's see how long they last. We got the Ranger. The Ranger is going to save us all. Caldori Quinn. Wow, that was brutal. Dude, please. There we go. There we go. All right, let us retry from our checkpoint here. All right. Does it make us do the waves again? Or, oh, look at me. Tabbing like a noob. Let's see what happens here. I think we should just be able to do the boss at this point, right? Yeah, okay. There she is. I'm not going without you guys. What do you think I am? Dumb? Come on. All right. All right, just keep pushing in. We'll see what we can do. Let's get near these banners here. Oh wow, I am eating everything here today. All right. Let's do this. Raise your rents. Okay, yeah. Spread out. That's what we were missing. We were missing the spread. We were stacking on the spread mechanic. All right. That is what we were doing wrong. There we go. Ooh, that's nasty. All right. Well, good news is we're still alive. We'll see how this goes. All right. How are we doing? How's my driving? Okay. Oh, those voice lines are awful. Not even gonna front. Let's just watch our feet here, guys. Get a whole bunch of barrier on you all. Wow, that was nasty. Alright, we got this. We got it. We got it. Some heels down, some barriers. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it. Oh, no. No. Next, what are you doing? All right. We are failing that spread mechanic hard. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if I can pull this together. I'm almost up. Okay. Let's do it. Whoops. There we go. Witness the power of Scourge. Played very poorly because I'm tired. That's why. Alright. Incinerate us. Don't do that. We're just trying to get some loot, dude. A little bit of heal down. Things are about to get sketchy in a couple of seconds. I'm going to get ready to handle that. Wow, I'm losing frames. Crazy. All right. All right, we almost got this. I think we got it. I think we got it. Do it, do it, do it. I believe. Oh, spread. Here we go. There we go. Die. There we go. And we got the bonus chests. We killed it. That wasn't so bad. One wipe. Well, I tried. It wasn't great. Some of it was off. My timing was a little bit rusty on this one. I'm a lot better on the other ones, but we got through. You know, one wipe on this one is not awful, and we got the full. Rewards here on this one, so I'm good. I'm good. We have a DPS readout. Caddy, yeah, 7.6. 7.6 is good on that strike. There we go. And I will leave this instance. There we go. So there we have it. The bonus and fun of the Cold War strike. I'm actually pretty happy. That actually went, better than it could have, particularly under the circumstances. We got a decent amount of loot. So we'll take a look at our bags here in a moment. And I think I will quit the squad. There we go. Somebody got a Blood Legion Soldier Helm box, which is really nice. What did we got here? 146 of these Eternal Ice Shards. I'm wondering why my frames are dropping here. This is a little strange. Probably Switch Tunes will probably resolve this issue. Okay. So there we go. Daily strike missions. Usually I won't do Cold War. I'll usually just do the first three, but it was the daily, and whatever. We made it. We rocked it. What else am I going to do here? I'm going to pull this up and just deposit stuff. And I think I'm going to hop over onto a different tune here for a few minutes and do some icy hots. Let me grab Caddy and we'll do some icy hots. Let's invite to party. So when I say icy hots, I mean the Biora ice farm. If you've never done this, this is a really quick money maker, and I highly suggest it. And I am kind of saving money on the side because I'd like to do the legendary sigils at some point. So I'm just kind of slowly accumulating garbage. So let's take a look at how we roll here. I'm just grabbing back on my Mesmer. I don't think I want to play my Mesmer, so I'm just going to shift my gathering tools over to a different character. Why is this taking so long to load? What the heck? All right. Good times. So if you will indulge me for a moment, I'm going to head on over to Hawksgate where I keep all my alts and just transfer some stuff. If you've never heard me talk about this before, I use this little spot in Fields of Ruin as like a ghetto mistlock sanctuary. I don't buy any of those little convenience passes that you can get in the game. Those convenience passes with like the special places where you can idle and they've got everything. But why is this? You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to really quickly restart the game and see if this is the problem. Could be a lot of different things causing our issue here, but we will take a look at this. Bear with me for another quick moment while I restart it. And then I'm just going to toss my gathering tools over onto my Tempest and run the Eternal Ice Farm. But I use that little spot in Fields of Ruin because it has everything in a really kind of central location. When in doubt, reboot. Exactly. I've done enough tech support to know that this is the best way to handle things. I think that's actually resolved our problem. Go figure. A little more coffee and we'll get going. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Well, that's better. No, or is it? Yeah, that is better. Huh. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is just go into my bank, find a spot with a little bit of space, and drop my tools in here. So I use this little spot here because if you see, you've got pretty much all the amenities one after the other. I wonder if this is Streamlab related. Interesting. Let's just pull this up one more time. Okay. So you've got all the the crafting stations, and then you've also got over on the edge the TP. Wow. Let's see if this is our problem here. Just gonna see if this isn't our issue. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Let us continue on. So I just feel like playing Tempest today. I'm not sure I can explain to you guys why that is, but Power Tempest is one of my favorite things to do, particularly for open world. It's not a really good big game hunter. It's just kind of your general DPS rolling around. I'm going to run this in Marauder's gear. So let's grab our tools. And I think, yeah, there we go. Equip. Then we'll go to Jorah's Keep. And I run this Eternal Ice Farm a couple times a week. You'll see some people will idle or they'll use log out. They'll log out some of their characters in these spots, and that's not a bad way to do it. I've got a little pattern that I run this little farm in that generates a lot of Eternal Ice really quickly. And if you know what Eternal Ice does, Eternal Ice is probably one of the quicker ways to make a little bit of money in this game right now. So. The other thing that you might do when you're running this is run a little Magic Find food. If I have any, I will run some. Magic Find food will impact some of the chests on this one. I guess I don't have any though. Well, the good news is, if you've got the World versus World personal provisioner, you've always got Magic Find, and we'll just run it that way. I put a set of gathering tools in shared inventory. You know, I would if I bought the shared inventory slots more. Like, as you'll see, I have 3 shared inventory slots. These all came with the game pretty much. Like, as I bought expansions, I've not actually bought any shared inventory spots. It just seems like a lot of money to me to pay for something so small. Where's Caddy? There she is. All right. It just seems like a lot of money. So I just run my 2 salvaging tools and my, whatchamacallit, my endless upgrade extractor, which was of much bigger value to me before about 2 weeks ago. I bought the upgrade extractor before the legendary armory was a thing. I went and I grinded 2,500 gold and bought one off the TP. Because it really helped me with the channel content, being able to slot and unslot runes without ruining them, etc. So it saved me about as much money over the time as anything else. But then the Legendary Armory was announced, and I was like, well, gee, glad I spent all that money. That's fantastic. But you know what? End of the day, not a bad purchase. Not a bad purchase at all. I won't complain too much, but that's all I keep in there in the shared inventory slots. The gathering tools probably would be a pretty big value. If I had, more than one set kind of thing, I would probably be a little bit better off as well. But again, this game, one of its biggest appeals to me has always been the account bound stuff. I'm a big believer in account-bound upgrades rather than character-bound upgrades and things like that. So, I guess, that's the reason I don't buy bag space in this game. I don't buy bag space in this game because there's no account-bound option for bag space. So... And yeah, I will kill trash mobs when I'm farming. It's just how I roll. What? I stopped here expecting there would be a node. There wasn't. I'm obviously not paying great attention. Okay, so we'll just get this done. Finish our daily derp. I will avoid this thing at all costs. Usually I'll fight champions. This one is a nasty piece of business. So I'll just grab the stuff and get out of here. An enemy is fixated on me. I'm out of here, yo. There we go. And here I'll make my stand because that champion will be gone. Of course, it's really nice of me to go and make Caddy do the fighting while I gather. Gotta run. Ronnie, thank you for joining the stream today. Really nice to have you guys around. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to be of content service. So this one's really good. When you go through here, you hit the chests as well as the nodes. You maximize your return pretty quickly. I think I'm leaving Caddy to do a bunch of fighting again. This is just like bad. I'm a bad person. I'm like a bad teammate. Absolutely. See you next time, Ronnie. All right, let's get back on our roll here and finish off our daily gathering. Better than Saturday morning cartoons. Well, it is Saturday morning cartoons. My next step at this point will be to come up with commercials and some actual Schoolhouse Rock. I think Schoolhouse Rock is probably something that's needed. How a bill becomes a law. It'll be good stuff. I promise. Cartoon gaming. All right, there we go. Wow, these drop frames are real. I have to call it quits after this little farm here, I think. Figure out what's going on for next time. But yeah, I am really enjoying these Saturday morning sessions. I do have to get off my ass this week and get that Mechanist video up. And then I think my next one is going to be, and I'll just drop this to you guys this way. The next video after that is going to be is Guild Wars 2 pay to win video. And I think we all know it is. But I think it's in what way is this game pay to win is the real question. And I think that a truthful video that really kind of hits in a reasonable way the issue. How do you make gold off the ice? Oh, Robin, this is some of the easiest gold you can make in the game. I'll show you here in a couple of minutes. The ice is actually used to buy Living World Season 4 currency, which you then turn into volatile magic and then buy crates for. This is actually some of the best gold you can do when you're like just effing around, is just grabbing this ice, doing the chests. You will get about a stack and a half of Eternal Ice just from this little part here. Just from the farm, grabbing the chests and everything and hitting the nodes. You'll get about a stack and a half. You add the strikes on that, you're looking at about 2 stacks of Eternal Ice. That really gets turned into whatchamacallit. Gets turned into volatile magic, which is probably one of the best currencies in the game. So in about 5 or so minutes, I will show you exactly how we make money off that. Definitely. What are we looking at already here? I'm not even reading this right at this point. So I got 84 so far. That's not bad. Wow. And I know Cat Dad Things put up a video about how to do this. Well, it wasn't about how to do the farm, but he kind of went over loosely about how to do the farm. But he did take the time to check the difference between buying leather packets and buying trophy crates, because it's kind of a question about which is worth more money at this point. Because of all the inflation in the game, the tier 6 mats aren't worth what they were used to. So, what is the better gold? He's been doing these really kind of fun little videos on like casual gold farming. If you guys ever follow Cat Dad Things, he's got this kind of cool approach to the game. He also does some, I think it's Albion content, really kind of off the beaten path MMO. Oh, Caddy beating me to the beetle break. Wow. Anyways, he goes through and he does things like farms dust and fields of ruin and stuff like that, and gives you a good idea about how much it's worth. But what he did do was he did a really good comparison about the return by leather crates and by trophy crates. And turns out that trophy crates still a little bit better money. Wow. The lag is real. So the trophy crates are still worth a bit more. I buy the trophy crates just because it's cheaper when you're doing a bunch of legendary stuff. And really, at this point of the game, I'm always working on some kind of legendary on the side. The other thing I'm going to hit here is these verdant herbs. If you have your cooking maxed out, you will get those peppercorns off them a fair bit, which I then just send to Caddy because, yeah, that's why. My gold run DE meta, tech ley line, TD meta, then AB meta. Yeah, I mean, the metas are absolutely a better way to make money. Absolutely a better way to make money. But if you don't feel like doing metas all the time or they're just like off your beaten path, 2 seconds, I got to cough. Like I know I am, if I ever have to do some of these metas ever again, I'll lose my mind. Like I think Caddy and I found ourselves doing some silver wastes for shovels last month, and it just, I mean, my mind goes numb. My mind goes numb. The only one I haven't farmed out is the new one, and I don't want to farm out the new one because I kind of like having the alternative stuff. Is Sir Snowy, as a returning player after 9 years, is the flying mount as hard to get as everyone says? I've only got the skimmer today, but see everybody flying about. I feel so far behind. I blame ESO. Well, first off, yeah, no, blame ESO. Blame ESO. Not my favorite game. I don't hate ESO. I just didn't like. I felt the combat was janky. How hard is this is kind of up to you. The first thing to know about getting the flying mounts is that if you go and do the return to achievements, so I don't want to go off on too many tangents, but to really make this easy for you, if you're coming back to the game right now, there was a series of achievements called Return To. It meant if you replayed season 2, 3, and 4, not only did you get a bunch of really, really great loot, you got a legendary amulet for doing all of the achievements. And technically speaking, I think Caddy and I found it that we could generally blow through each episode in about a day, day and a half if we were going super casual on it. So why I'm bringing that up is it actually kicks you down with some of the grindiest parts to do on the flying mounts, meaning it gives you a bunch of currencies. Now, the Griffin takes 250 gold. So how hard is the Griffin to get really depends on how much you think, how much gold you think 250 gold is. Okay. So if 250 gold is like an exorbitant amount of gold to you, then yeah, you're going to find it pretty hard. I didn't because I had that kind of saved up. And, you know, making gold in this game, I don't find it awful. I do find it a little bit repetitive at points. So, you know, that's kind of the way to put it. The sky scale, little different. If you do the return to achievements, you get one of the hardest parts to get, and that is a stack of each of the map currencies. Yeah, you get a nice infusion for doing the return to achieves. You get a lot of loot for the return to achieves, and I highly recommend it. But you will get a stack of each of the materials for getting the sky scale. That can be a really significantly grindy part of building the whole thing up. So that is kind of what I would put in front of you. If you've got 250 gold sitting around, you know, getting the Griffin, I would go and get that immediately. I would go and get the Griffin #1. I prefer the Griffin to the sky scale, but that's just me. Most people prefer the sky scale. The sky scale itself, in addition to that grindy map currency, has a couple of really cool achievements and a couple of really awful achievements. And when I mean really awful achievements, you've got a couple of achievements that you have to go around Dragonfall finding these little grindy grinders everywhere, and it takes a while. Even with a guide, it takes a while to do. The other side of that is you've got a part where you actually have to like feed it and raise it, which is very cool part of the whole experience. So I would recommend that. So it takes a little more time. It's a little less upfront gold, but you have to have those. You have to have those materials to make it, less than awful. So we've got loads of gold, all classes maxed out, all crafters over. Although my main, yeah. So if you've got the money, go get on that. Well, you also have to have done the Path of Fire story, which is a good story. It is a good story. It's not bad. So yeah, I would get on that Griffin if you've got the money. And if you don't have the money, or sorry, if you want to get the sky scale, the hardest part is going to be those map currencies, and I would recommend just going through the Return to achievements for Living World Season 4 to get those. You don't have to do the Season 2 and Season 3 achievements. You can go right to the Season 4 achievements on that. 2 seconds, and I will catch up with chat. Let us get this chest. Then I will show the process by which we turn this stuff into money. And then I will catch up on chat. So here in Biora Marches, if you go to Spirit's Refuge, over on Spirit's Refuge, and there's actually another vendor at Jorah's Keep. This vendor here sells curious stones from afar. So this will let us turn with Karma, okay, and Eternal Ice Shards into Living World Season 4 currencies. Also good if you want to build the Sky Scale. What you're going to do here is grab Mistborn Motes, okay, and you'll turn all your your Eternal Ice into Mistborn Motes. Okay. Once we have done that, we will consume said Mistborn Motes. And what we get there is about 2,000 volatile magic. All right. Now, that includes what I had in the bank and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. And it includes what we made in the strikes earlier, etc. So this is not like scientific or anything. Now, the next thing that we do is we'll go to Sandswept Isles. We go to Sandswept because the vendor for this is closest to the waypoint. Every Living World Season 4 map has one of these vendors. And you can absolutely just come here once it loads. Let's see. And second, uninvited opinion, what is your time worth? Sky Scale isn't difficult, but it takes time to get all the parts together. Absolutely. Gail is 100% correct. I can't agree with Gail more on that one. It is time intensive. And yeah, and there are parts of it that are, I'm going to say, genuinely unfun. Trophy shipments or leather shipments. If we need leather, we would grab leather. Otherwise, we're going to grab trophy shipments. We'll grab 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll grab a bunch of these just because I have a whole bunch of volatile magic, and you'll get a good idea of the worth of these. Now, you're seeing I have to put out 22 gold in addition to the volatile magic, but you will make that back. So I'm just going to hit buy. Let's just clear out the bags for a couple seconds. Okay, well, we're good here. So we'll get a good idea of the worth of this here. I'm just going to properly space some stuff out. All right. Oh, we don't need those. Okay, so let us see what these are worth. Use all. So as you can see, there's 25 armored skill. Look, this was a pretty good pull. This was a pretty good pull for tier 6 mats. So you'll see I'd make that money back plus some, all the dust, etc. That is not a bad pull for volatile magic. So 22 gold made way more than 22 gold back. Plus, with the mats, if I wanted to go and sell these, I'd probably be looking at about a 10 gold, bonus off that. But I am going to keep them, and I'm just gonna run back to Hawksgate here for a moment. And that's really, the process that you're gonna turn the eternalized shards into gold. Not bad gold. You're still better off just doing meta farming. I think you can currently make over 40 gold an hour in Dragonfall if you're doing your business the right way. I think this is where the Pride celebrations are starting in a little while. There we go. Wow, this is going to bring my computer to its knees. So we got the Pride people here starting their march. I think that's fantastic. All right. They always start from here. That's fantastic. I was wondering what to do with the Bloodstone Dust. The Bloodstone Dust. There's a couple of different things you can do with the Bloodstone Dust. The number one thing is if you're at the point of the game where you are crafting Ascended gear, so you may be crafting Ascended armor or Ascended weapons, you're going to want to do a little bit of refinement of the Bloodstone Dust, turning it into Bloodstone bricks. Otherwise, the Bloodstone Dust is for Gobblers. I will show you Gobblers here in a second. There are some achievements in the game that will give you what is called a Gobbler. And I keep all my Gobblers on this character. Which will let you turn junk materials into materials that have some worth. Not much worth, but a little bit. But yeah, really your Bloodstone Dust is, you'll run into the occasional scenario where you need to use it. But really its main purpose is for crafting Ascended armor. If you've got your Ascended armor already or all your Ascended weapons, etc., then it becomes a real crap currency. It really is a crap currency. So they do have a little bit of a way around this, and I'm just bringing my characters back home just to give a bit of a display on this. Wow, these little stutters are really killing me. I'm going to have to look into why that's happening later. Okay, so if I look in my inventory here, I have Princess. So Princess will gobble Dragonite. I have the Star of Gratitude, which will do Imperial Fragments, okay? And then I have what's called the Gleam of Sentience. The Gleam of Sentience is actually for more Gobblers that you get from, like, Living World that will eat little bits of crap currencies and turn them into stuff. So let me just give you a quick little display here. I will go into my bank. I don't do this very often. It's not always, worth the time, so to speak. Just see, I've got a couple of spare Bloodstone bricks, and that's really all I worry about. So grab this. We'll grab our Dragonite. We'll grab our Imperial Fragments. Yeah, it turns crap into other crap is exactly what it does. It's just crap conversion. Let's grab this and this. So let's go back to our Gobblers. So we'll just click on Princess. And so what we have here are these gunk-covered pellets that we get from Princess. We'll go to the Star of Gratitude. You've got an upper limit on how many of these you can gobble on any given day. And then we'll go to our Gleam of Sentience. Oops, by 6. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's do it this way instead. So then you'll go through here. You're capped on these on any given day about how many you can do. And so what does all this stuff do? So we got 18 of these. Let's just arrange this and get a good idea of what we get out of it. It's not a ton, to be honest with you guys. So get a better idea here. All right. So a lot of this is going to be cooking. You'll get some bags of unidentified gear. You'll get some dyes sometimes. What is this? Dusty box of winter clothes. This is also where I get my lucky rabbit's feet, which I actually collect for some reason. My crab bedazzler, my Thackeray family replica ring. These are important things to me. Pet rock, feather duster, Meattoberfest souvenir mug. You're going to get all sorts of wacky stuff out of this. It's actually kind of fun for that reason. But in terms of what you do get out of it, you know, monetarily speaking, oh yeah, stone dwarf thumb, very nice. You know, but look, there's a gold doubloon, right? There is a, you got to, don't play this game with me. I have the toy stuffed bear as well. So look, we got a bunch of unidentified gear, a bunch of cooking materials, and I'm wondering what's in this dusty box of winter clothes. What did we get? Oh, Winter's Day gift. Okay, cool. And that really is it. Guys, at this point, I am going to shut down. I am going to run along, do some stuff out in the backyard today. Which is my goal, and then come back, work on videos for a while. Probably get into some trouble with Caddy. We'll go kill some stuff. Maybe go play some City of Heroes or something. I want to thank you guys all very much for stopping by. These Saturday morning things are one of the things I look forward to very much. So I really do thank you all very much for kind of hanging out with me for a few hours. And we will be back next week. We will have another video later. And ta-ta for now, my friends. Goodbye.